Hi everyone, I welcome you all back to the session on C programming. Today we are going to see how to write, compile and execute C program on different platforms. Platform in the sense how to execute C program in the Windows environment as well as in the Linux environment. Also, if you don't have any computer at home, then how do you execute a C program in your smartphone also? So there are online platforms where you can compile and execute C program through your smartphone also. And also we will see the resources, how they help the C program to get it executed in the computer. Resources in the sense the compiler, the operating system and processor all together will help the C program to get it executed. So this is the objective of today's class. So first we will see execution of C program with the help of the different resources. Later we will see execution of C program in the Windows environment also as well as in the Linux environment. Okay guys. Okay, let us see the various resources those help the C program to get it executed. The first and foremost thing to write the C program. So what we need is first and foremost we need a editor. Editor is a software which facilitates the user to write a text. So you will be writing a C program using an editor. Then after writing the program, you will be giving this C program to compiler. Okay, fine. Then followed by this compiler will be making use of the operating system. So the compiler will be translating the high level language source code into low level or machine understandable code. Then the operating system will submit this objective file or the code which is in the machine understandable form to the CPU. Then actually the CPU will be executing the program. CPU start execution. CPU will be executing the program. Guys, fine. Then you should know the what is editor, what is compiler, what is operating system, what is CPU, how these tools will be coordinating with each other in order to execute the C program. So the first and foremost thing is, I said earlier, editor is a software which facilitates the user to edit the text. Then once if you edit the C program, you will be saving the C program, say let it be hi.c. So with extension .c must be used to as a token of symbol saying that it is a C program. Then the point is what type of editors are there? In the present days, see, if it is Windows environment, so Windows, almost all compilers, if you want to execute a C program, you will be using a compiler like Turbo C++ or Dev C++ or Visual C++. These all are called as IDEs, Integrated Development Environment. In the sense, the compiler will have inbuilt editor, the compiler will have inbuilt linker, and compiler means compiler, however you will have compiler. So editor, linker, compiler will be in the same tool. Such kind of softwares we normally call as IDEs. IDEs means Integrated Development Environment. Okay, fine. If it is Linux, then if it is Linux, that is different. If it is Linux, we will be using a separate editor to edit the C program. Normally in the Linux we use two types of editors. One is VI editor, second one is gedit. So however in the Windows environment, I said, so the compiler will have editor, inbuilt editor, linker and compiler. Whereas in the Linux environment, you will be using different editors to edit the C program. compiler will be command line compiler in the Linux environment. Now the relationship, if you see, once if you write the program using any editor, so you will be compiling the source program. Now you must know certain things related to compiler, operating system and CPU when you execute the C program. Now your CPU can be, we have different types of processors like Intel or Athlon AMD processor. Operating systems, we have Windows and we have Linux operating systems, and we have Mac OS in the Apple computers. However, so if a CPU is 64-bit CPU if you are using, then the suggested operating system also should be a 64-bit. You should use a 64-bit operating system to make use of the optimal use of the CPU. And then compiler also should be a 64-bit is suggested. However, if CPU is 64-bit, your operating system could be, it could be 32-bit also, no issue, and the compiler also could be a 32-bit. Okay, fine. If CPU you have 64-bit CPU means CPU can process 64 bits in one cycle. 64 bits means 8 bytes. 8 bytes means the word size of the CPU could be 8 bytes. So at a time CPU can process 64 bits of data. Now whereas operating system, it could be 64 bit or 32 bit or 16 bit. The operating system can be can have lower number of bits compared to the CPU. It's not an issue. You can run operating system with lower bits on higher bit CPU. In the same with compiler, it could be 32 bit. Now even it could be compiler could be a 16-bit compiler. A 16-bit compiler can work on 32-bit operating system, also can work on 64-bit CPU. A 64-bit compiler can work on 64-bit OS, and also it can work on 64-bit processor. Now the reverse is not possible. For example, if you have say 64-bit OS, but you have 32-bit CPU, this is impossible. It will not work, because OS could process 64 bits, but CPU is able to process only 32 bits. That is impossible. You cannot run. And even if OS, for example, see OS is OS is 32-bit OS, but you have 64-bit compiler, so you cannot run application program that could able to process the higher number of bits comparatively with the operating system. This is also not suggested. So the reverse will not work, but in the high-end processor you can run the low-end operating system. Low-end in the sense, if it is 64-bit CPU, you can run either 64-bit OS or 32-bit OS or 16-bit OS. Even if it is 64-bit OS, you can run 64-bit compiler or 32-bit compiler or 16-bit compiler, but vice versa is not possible. Guys, you should all remember, whenever you are using compiler, make sure compiler is either it is 16-bit or 32-bit or 64-bit compiler. So because data type of a variable or size of the data type in C language purely depends on compiler. Remember, so most of the students often gets confused. They read in the textbook, some textbook other will be writing size of the into data type is 2 bytes. In some other textbook other will be writing the size of the into data type as 4 bytes. That differs because the kind of compiler they are using. For example, if it is a Turbo C++ or Dev C++ 32-bit compiler, the size of the data into data type is 2 bytes. Honestly, whenever you compile a C program, you can make use of the operator called as size of operator, and you can come to know the size of the each data type. You can use size of operator to know the size of the each data type. However, the size of the data type, remember, let me repeat once again, the size of the data type depends on compiler. If anyone asks you what is the int data type, then you should ask them what type of compiler you are using. So excuse me sir, the size of the data type depends upon the type of the compiler. Indeed, you have to run a simple C program where you can make use of the size of operator to know the size of the each data type. So these are the various resources will be getting used when you execute a C program. In fact, after compiling the C program, so what happens? The linker will be linking the library modules, and then the compiler, I said earlier, compiler, editor, compiler, linker are part of the compiler. Then the loader who loads the objective modules and attaches the objective modules to the source code of a C program. The loader and executor are part of the operating system, remember. So this is the actually the brief view how the resources are helping, computer resources are helping in order to execute the C program. Now we will see how to execute a C program in Windows environment. Okay guys, let us see how to write, compile and execute C program in the Windows environment. I have Windows 7 in my laptop. So I have installed two compilers. So look at here, Turbo C++ is there. It is also called Borland C++. And I also have Dev C++. You can also install Visual C++ compiler in Windows environment. I said earlier, when you are installing the compiler, you must know operating system, whether it is 32-bit operating system or 64-bit operating system. So then you Google for the compiler of the same number of bits. Okay, then it will be good in execution of a C program. So now I am going to use the Turbo C++ compiler in Windows environment. So let me start. Okay, this is the actually the compiler, but it supports editor and also linker. So you can edit the program, you can link the library modules, then you can compile and execute the program also. Let me write the a simple C program. Okay, fine guys. Now I am writing a simple C program. How to write C program here? So I said earlier, C program will have structure, global variable, comment lines, then preprocessed directives. This is the preprocessed directives. Let me write in. Okay, fine. I will write a simple C program which will simply display a small message. Okay, fine. So this then I will tell you the syntax of preprocessed directives, everything else in the coming classes. But only how to execute C programs in Windows, that to using Turbo C++ compiler I am demonstrating right now. So I will simply printf a message saying that you don't know about anything about the printf. I know we will discuss in the coming classes. Welcome to C. Okay, fine. Then there are other things to be added here actually. So we will be using getch function in Turbo C++, whereas in Linux we won't use it. Even conio.h will not work in Linux environment. So we will see again the details of the program in the coming classes, but how to compile and execute. So this is what the editing the C program. Now I have written a program. You can save it. You can save it as first program, say program 1 .c. By default it will be extension .cpp. You can change it. Now how do you compile this in Turbo C++? So you can open the menus here. So to compile, Alt C, you press Alt C, you can get compile option. You can use also mouse, but sometimes what happens in the Turbo C++, after some time your mouse pointer will be up and getting stuck on the screen. So better to open the menus using the shortcut commands. Alt C will open the pop-up menu of the compile, then select the compile option. So it seems to be one error is there. Let us see. So return statement I have not written as per the syntax of the C language. So let me correct it. So save it again, save it, and let me compile it. Alt F9 is a shortcut. So now it seems to be successful. It is compiled now. Actually the objective file of the same program will be created. This will be supplied for the operating system. Now in order to execute this program, so I will be using a run command, or to run this Alt R, you click on Alt R, or else Control F9 will help you. So you see the now output window. You can see the output window. Now you can see the output window. It is a welcome to C. So this is the way of editing, compiling and execution of a C program. Okay guys, So we will see the same in the Linux environment now. Guys, let us see the execution of C program in the Linux environment. In fact, I have Windows 7 and Ubuntu desktop operating system in my laptop. So this type of installation we call as dual boot operating systems. So now I am in Ubuntu operating system. You just click on this search bar. I know many students often feel difficulty in using Ubuntu operating system because comparatively Windows is user friendly. They prefer to use Windows operating system, but many organizations, corporated companies will be using this Linux operating system. So what you need to do is, even if you don't know much about the Ubuntu operating system, you don't worry. Just the execution of C program is quite easy, so that you can learn. So open the terminal here. So when you click on the search icon, you will get the terminal. You can open the terminal now. So now what you can do is, at the terminal, fine, you can use, I said earlier, so in the Ubuntu environment you have to edit the program using any editor, like in the MS, like in the Windows operating system we have Notepad, so MS Word. In the similar way, in the Linux environment, I said VI editor is there, gedit is there. I will be using gedit is a editor. So gedit, let me name my program as pr1.c. Okay, fine. Okay, now editor is opened. Let me write the program. Okay, fine. So I said earlier, it could be hash include structure of the C program. So let me write it. Okay, fine. So in Linux environment, conio.h will not work. Don't write it. Only in the Windows it will work. So simple program. Let me printf. Say welcome to C. Fine. Okay. Return 0. Why return 0? Why int main? Everything else I will disclose in the coming sessions. You don't worry. Now only how to write, compile and execute. Now you can save it, because you have minimum basic idea about the Unix commands. That's fine enough. Now you can save it. Where this program will be in the, in fact it is in the present working directory. You can see that what is the present working directory is home/home. Root directory is home. Within that we have home folder. Within the home folder we have now saved our program pr1.c. Okay, how to compile? In fact, Linux supports many compilers. One of the compiler is C compiler. So CC means it is C compiler. I am giving this pr1.c program now as a input for the CC compiler. So let me compile it. Now it is compiled. If it is successful, okay, fine, nothing will be displayed. If there are any errors will be displayed. So then you have to open the again program using gedit and you have to correct the errors. Once it is okay, then successful means the objective file of this compiled version of C program will be by default will be directed to a file named as a.out. A.out is the by default file. Whenever you compile the C program, the output will be going to the a.out. So where is the a.out? Actually I have to specify the path. The a.out also will be created in the present working directory, that is home/home. So that is the reason why to specify for the executor to execute the program, the a.out is in the present working directory, means I specified /. // means it represents the current working directory. Within the current working directory, a.out is the objective file related to pr1.c. So once if you compile successfully, a.out will be created. For any program you compile at the command prompt, the default the output of the compiled version will be in the a.out only. So now you can see that the output, if you see that here, so welcome to, I think welcome to C, and the command prompt home is also it's getting added. Okay, we have got now welcome to C. So this is the way of executing the C program in the Ubuntu or Linux environment, guys. So we will start learning C programs, the how to the syntax of the printf statement and everything else, data types, operators, I will be discussing in the coming sessions. I hope you enjoyed the session. If you like it, please try to share it and also subscribe to the channel. I will be discussing very interesting topics in the real time scenarios. will be taken into consideration. So I will be explaining the programs also using my laptop, so you will be getting the real time experience. Okay guys, please share and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next session.